All right, House of Payne fans, hope everyone's doing well. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit subscribe, click the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Just a quick video here. It seems that last week's episode 20, If You Loved Me, was the final time that we would be seeing Kaleb in season 9 of House of Payne. Now, I'm going off of the actor, and I hope I don't say this wrong, Terrell on Instagram. And of course, we all been saying the same thing. He looks like Chris Brown. Well, regardless how I felt of the final episode he's appeared in, if you loved me, I'd say that I really liked the character. Honestly, I did. Go back to any of my reviews. I've done reviews on every episode this season. So if you think I'm just, like beating around the bush or just, trying to play nice, then you are wrong. Like I've said, Kaleb is a character who I really like. I just hope they do something interesting with his story. His caption says, "This was definitely a dream come true. Always wanted to do a show on stages with the lights for the ceiling and a little improv, and I really love doing comedy. It's been an honor playing Kaleb this season. In all caps here, I grew up watching House of Payne. It's been on since I was in 8th grade. Definitely a full circle moment. Hope you all enjoy." Now, I gotta say, I really like this because his post is actually like a compilation of the various clips from last week's episode where basically he's being roughed up by Calvin and Curtis. But I just love the fact that the full circle moment. I really just love that because just like the actor, too was, a kid when the show first came out. Let me just check. I'm on Wikipedia now trying to get the dates. Yeah, June, and I'm not talking about the WB version. I'm strictly talking TBS. June 21st, 2006. So if memory serves, I was 2006. Yeah, I think that I was about to go into high school. Yeah, this show came on the summer as I was transitioning between middle school and high school. So, yeah, wow. So I think that the two of us are around the same age group. But I just love that moment where somebody is like witnessing something when they're younger and then they end up becoming a part of it. So hopefully someday, well, I don't know, because the haves and the have nots is allegedly ending soon. I want to write a caption like that, like, it's been an honor playing blank this season on the haves and the have nots. I've been watching since it first came on and it's changed my life. Talk about a full circle moment. So I just want to say Kaleb was one of my favorite characters. And once again, based on the caption, I think it's safe to assume that Kaleb is no longer going to be in season 9 of House of Payne. I don't know if this means he's never coming back, but I don't know if it's likely, just because I think about when the haves and the have nots, whenever a character dies like Oscar or Erica or Maggie, Warlock, Quincy, just to name a few, these particular actors, when it was pretty much confirmed that they were dead, they went on social media to address, hey, just thank you, Tyler Perry, for the opportunity. Thanks to the amazing fans. So if Kaleb is gone for good, I am disappointed because I really thought there was more to add to the character, because I always talked about, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I just feel like this is just an example of how House of Payne had a real intriguing story they could have worked with. But it was played up more for comedy than anything else, because Kaleb kind of fell into the same boat as have and have not characters, where as soon as the character is about to be killed off or written off the show, they begin to act in such a way that contrasts their character up until that point. Like, a lot of people are saying in the comment section of my episode review that, okay, Tyler needs to make up his mind where he wants Kaleb to be, because he's acting like a wuss and a coward. And I mean, hell, even Jasmine's like, you know what, you're looking less and less attractive right now, just the way he was stumbling over his words and cowering down to Calvin. And then on top of that, Calvin let it slip. Well, excuse me, Calvin made it so Kaleb would slip and reveal that, oh, what I'm doing to Jasmine, I've done to plenty other girls, following them, wherever they go, finding out when their parents or family isn't around, then, pretty much do what he wants to do with them. So if nothing else, I just feel like Kaleb is probably not going to show up because of the fact that this week we're looking at episode 21, which is about Malik and Lisa. Remember her? And then I believe episode 22 has Miranda popping in again. So I don't think Kaleb is coming back. However, like I said, there have been multiple ways they could have extended his story, like the fact that his father's the pastor, the fact that he lost his mother 2 years ago. Also, it's like, okay, if his father's the pastor, why doesn't he know about his son's, I guess you could say, activities involving drugs, and not to mention, messing around with young girls around town. Then on top of that, the fact that he's a drug dealer, Jasmine's mother was an addict, yet they did nothing with it. The closest thing we had was Kaleb offering Janine a hit of the vape pen, and we have Janine giving us a shocked face, and we go to commercial break. And I guess if he really is gone, so much for the whole Lisa and Kaleb storyline thing. I, theorized, what if Kaleb is a baby daddy? What if Lisa and Kaleb are siblings? I don't know. Like I said, it seems clear he's not in season 9 anymore, but if there's a season 10 or 11, there are multiple ways they could bring the character back if they choose to do so. I do know, I did a video on this where China Ann McClain pretty much explained how she's going to follow a different calling than strictly the industry, more so God's calling with her own production company and whatnot. So I don't know what that means for China's future on the House of Payne series. I know that she said her season 4 would have been her final season of Black Lightning, regardless if there was a season 5, season 6. Not to mention she's not even in every single episode of Black Lightning this upcoming season. So I just wonder if she would still be open to working as, Jasmine on House of Payne if there are more seasons in the future. I mean, I don't want to assume here, but just given who Tyler Perry is as a person and the fact that China has been working with him since she was a child, I would just, think that she would still work on House of Payne because of the fact that I think it's safe to say that Jasmine is the #1 character in terms of popularity. I could be wrong here, but I think it's safe to say she is. And without her, I just don't think the show would be... All I gotta say is this. If you look at the ratings for freaking every episode, just about every episode that Jasmine's in is the top rated episode. Like, if you look at, like, the first few... When did she pop up again? I think episode 4, the Old People Game, was the first episode Jasmine showed up in. That was a 0.94. And that was higher than episode 1 of the season. Episode 2 got a 1.9, but if you just strictly look at that episode alone, 0.94, episode 4, the first episode Jasmine reappeared in, it was the highest rated episode. That's been the highest rated episode aside from episode 2 of the premiere night. So I think it's safe to say Jasmine, in a way, is the star of House of Payne in regards to the most popular characters. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. What did you think of Kaleb as a character? Do you agree with me? Wow. Do you agree with me when I say that it's a shame that that was most likely his final appearance, where he just runs out of the house being chased by Curtis? Not to mention the fact that I feel like Ella was just way too harsh on Jasmine, because, to be fair, she did nothing wrong. She was doing what her parents said and, staying away from Kaleb. I guess you can make the excuse that when she was talking to him at the kitchen door, that was kind of breaching the agreement they had or the rules they set. But overall, I feel like it's a shame. I really think the Kaleb character had a lot more to offer than to be, drug dealer, pastor's son. And then at the very end, he turned out to just be a creeper. So and a coward. So that is kind of sad. But yeah, just congrats to the, phenomenal actor. Again, I think he was hilarious. I think that his story could have brought more to the table. But I just love the fact that you had a young fan / viewer from House of Payne who eventually worked on House of Payne. So congrats to the Chris Brown lookalike. I'm sorry. Everybody has said that ever since he first appeared. So Jay Boogie, I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. And with that being said, be sure to leave your favorite Kaleb moment in the comment. I would say for me, I know this sounds weird, but I think my favorite Kaleb moment, ironically enough, was in last week's episode where Curtis grabbed him and pulled him over the couch and he screamed. Like, I didn't notice that until he posted the clip on his Instagram. When I tell you, I was laughing so hard. That was great. All right, guys. Well, if you want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And with that being said, I'll talk to you in the next video.